Can I join you? Oh, wait, reserve. Oh, is this too close?
Not for me. Yes, I take my mask off. I don't let that bother me.
Not at all. Okay. No. My head's not in the way at all.
No, because see, that's the
Yeah.
only one.
Yeah.
So I'm just so thrilled that you did what you did.
Centering the stillness, remembering that God is all that there is, and each of us are divine manifestations of that one life, that one spirit, that one power that moves in and through and as each of us. Spiritual beings having a human experience, having a spiritual experience. And right here and right now, in this silence, as we breathe in love and exhale peace, breathing in love and exhaling peace. Individually and collectively, we know that it is time. It is time to release the past to the past. And in doing so, it is time to step out of the biases we hold, to step out of the fear we live in. I invite you for the next moment to take a look inside. Pick one thing, just one, that you can choose to step out of this day. And place that in your heart. And as we continue to move through this thing we call life, I and you and we are well aware of what happens in our society, impacts each of us around the globe. I know what I choose to step out of. And as I step out, then I step up. I step up into a greater expression of the divine having its life as me. Living in this moment with full clarity of what I chose to step out of and what I choose to step up into. revering all of humanity, holding hands, being there. Not choosing to hide or fade or fix something, but really being there and listening. And as we listen, and we breathe in that love and we exhale peace, it goes around the globe, touching hearts, changing lives, because we decided to step out of fear, to step out of a bias, to step up into something greater. And as we have centered into this morning, I invite you to remember what you chose to step out of and what you chose to step up into. And at the end of the service, I invite you to find Reverend Cheryl, Reverend Stacy, or one of your practitioners, and share with them your choice this day of stepping out and stepping up. And so it is.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. She was great. I'm going to step up, all right. I'm doing a lot in this dress today.
She likes to use the pockets.
Me. Oh, God, I stand for you, yeah. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, and needing us, yeah, to shine its light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you, 'cause God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, he makes all things new, and God needs us, yes, to shine its light as me and as you, so You are the face of God. You are my family. You are the face of God. Yes, you.
On this glorious Sunday after Easter, we gather to reflect, to remember who we are, who we came here to be, and how we choose to be with one another. In the words of my beloved mentor, Reverend Dr. Barbara Waterhouse from Asheville, North Carolina, her phrase is be more. And as I step out of fear, out of bias, and I step up into something else, something divinely ordained, whatever that is for each of us. I then become what my license plate says, which is am more, for I am more than I ever believed possible. And I know this to be true for each one. So as we step out, we step up. As we be more, we become more. Better humans, better friends, better spouses, better employees. We exude better love. We exude more peace. We share the divine in every way by the way we live our lives. Because as I am more, I allow others the opportunity to do the same without judgment. I step out of my bias, I step out of my fear, and I step up into living that divine God life I was always meant to live. I do it joyously, in great freedom, with full awareness, and know that there is that one life, and this is my life now, and so it is.
Well, I've got no problem with being more.
I swear.
I'm going to step up, step out of the old, step into the new, be more. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do this all by myself. Well, I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Oh, yes. But now I can see if you are worried and you're struggling just to make it through one more day, we've got to let it go. Let it all go. And This is what you have to say. Come on with me. I release and I let go and let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on, I release, woo, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open so wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. Yes, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release, woo, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open so wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see a light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Here we go. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm only here for
While you're all standing, and if you're at home, if it's comfortable for you, please say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. Give yourselves a hug. And you can hug other folks in the room, but you have to ask permission first. That's what I'm saying today. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being at home, on your couch, on your sofa, on your bed. I don't care. It's so good to see you folks here today. Last week we had our annual meeting, which we put off so that we could have a quorum, and I would love to show you our 2020 video in review.
Here it goes.
Thank you for supporting the center. I love the center because it has set me on my spiritual journey.
I love the center because it means a lot to me, especially during these times.
Thank you so much for supporting the center, the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living.
Thank you for supporting the center.
Thank you for supporting the center.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
for the world we're gonna make.
I got a feeling deep within my soul, and right now I really need to let you know that each time I've fallen down inside that hole, you came and showed me there's a way to go. So we can love deeper, fly higher, see clearer, burn brighter, feel more than we ever did before. Yeah, we can swim oceans, climb mountains, dance like nobody's watching, live life like we never did before. And through the highs and lows, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, baby, let's go on a journey. Sell the house and give away the money, yo. At first glance, it might sound funny, but give me a chance, cause we could do anything. I wanna take you on a motorcycle ride through the sugar cane in the countryside. We could take a bullet train to the other side, you and me side by side. So we can love deeper, fly higher, see clearer, burn brighter, feel more than we ever did before. Yeah, we can swim oceans, climb mountains, dance like nobody's watching, live life like we never did before. And through the highs and lows, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Swing me all across the floor, shake me down until the sun comes back around. And even when I'm gone, I'll turn our love into a song, and I will sing it on back to you as I come home. So we can love deeper, fly higher, see clearer, burn brighter, feel more than we ever did before. Yeah, we can swim oceans, climb mountains, dance like nobody's watching, live life like we never did before. And through the highs and lows, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. We will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. And we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. From now on, home again.
You know, I know and recognize that 2020 was challenging, but as you see, we found ways to celebrate life and each other every chance and in any way we could. Ah! Woo!
So
Woo!
good.
I got a text this morning from Carmen that they're making tamales and bringing them on the 15th. Come on! Anyway, I'm so glad that you all are here to celebrate with us, because it doesn't matter to us what spiritual path you're on. You're always welcomed here. Thank you for being here. That's where we celebrate life. Thank you.
Thank you, Ralph.
Yeah, I had to get up during that. I could not.
I know.
Could not watch.
Could not watch that again. That was a beautiful, beautiful piece.
You put together. Yvonne.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yvonne.
Yes,
Thank you.
Incredible. Just showed you guys at your best when things were feeling bad. This is a stunning song by India Ari.
I met a prophet, dark as the night. She could see into my soul. Said she's been watching, had some advice. She said shadows make you whole. A life without pain is a wolf in sheep's clothes. 'Cause if you listen to the lessons that it holds, you'll find the gold. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. I can remember when I was a child. All the grown folks seem so crazy. Why are they so angry? Why are they so loud? And when I grow up, that's never ever gonna be me. That was the moment that I decided would build a wall just shy of 6 feet tall, too strong to fall. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. Courage is not being hard. It's time to peel back all of the layers you put between who you're meant to be and who you are, and go be who you are. So much disappointment to finally understand that there is no such thing as perfect. We're obviously doing the best that we can, and we have a choice to live or truly be alive. This is your life. It's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. Oh yeah, it's to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. A bird cannot fly until it breaks the shell. Do with these words what you will. It's time for us to be for real. You'll be stuck on the ground until you finally break the shell. Thank you so much. India Ari.
I love, love, love that song.
I know you
And
do.
I love, love, love you.
And I love you.
And all of you. I really do. So happy to be here today. Stepping out and stepping up. When I heard the title, actually, it wasn't until yesterday when I was thinking about the title, that I thought about the very first time I was on the stage doing a power talk. Some of you might remember. And it was something titled like Leaving the Fence or something like that. And I talked about me as a preschooler in Montessori school at 2 or 3 years old, and I would stay on the fence. When my parents would, they drop me off and I'd stay on the fence, and I'd cry and cry and cry and cry because I was shy and all of that stuff. And at some point in time, you know, the teachers would get me off the fence. Well, I guess that went on for a month or 2 months or something like that. And it also was the extra added bonus of making my parents feel bad, right? So at some point, 2 or 3 months went on, and my parents had a meeting with the teachers. You know, we're really worried about Stacy. She's not, you know, she just cries on that fence. Does she do that all day? I'm like, as soon as you turn that corner, Stacy is off and playing. So that's all, she's working, you guys. You know, and I thought about that because in ministry, I remember doing that power talk, thinking, you know what, my stage fright was real. It was a real thing. And I was thinking, you know, to be a minister, an effective minister, at some point, at some time, not knowing where I would be today, that I'm going to have to probably speak at some point in some time, right? Other than a prayer, I probably will have to, chances are, speak. Now I'm going to do my prayer work so I don't have to. However, I'm going to have to also prepare for the fact that I might have to. And so that's what came up for me today. So I'm so grateful for Sabrina for her centering and her prayer, and Patty, the song is beautiful. And watching the video, it always makes me cry. I think I was okay, but 2020 was rough. And I found myself about almost a year ago, wondering how I was going to support my center, right? I'm employed here, yeah. And I also give back to the place where I'm employed because I love it here. This teaching has changed my life, and this place called the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living has truly changed my life. And so I'm always going to give back. At some points in time, I had to give back through perhaps volunteering or something that wasn't financial. But knowing that we needed finances, I'm thinking, okay, well, I wasn't doing real estate at the time, and my wine gig has gone bust, and now I'm spending more money on wine, and so how am I going to support my center financially? It was a real thing for me, right? And so I remember sitting there thinking, I'm just going to demand the universe. Abundance is my birthright, and I'm going to demand the universe that this is what I need for this center to move forward. I mean, I'm obviously not the only one, thank God. But this is what this center needs for me to feel like I'm doing my role. So some way, shape, form, or fashion, bring me the money. Show me the money. Well.
Supposed to be bouncing or something.
I was supposed to be bouncing, yeah. So, Spirit's funny. God's a crack up, as Cheryl and I always say. And I was listening to NPR. And NPR they always are having drives for money, right? Because we as human beings, we kind of tend to forget to support sometimes where we're fed. And so I'm sitting there listening to that, I'm like, and Cheryl tells you how much I listen to NPR. And I'm thinking, I don't support NPR. Huh. What's that about? You ask people to support the center that you love, that supports others. Same kind of NPR type deal, right? So how can I ask that and not support NPR, which I always get something relevant. I always get something that I didn't know. I hear normally from another side I hear both perspectives. It's fairly well balanced. And so, maybe I should support NPR. Now, it wasn't a huge gift. I mean, it's a monthly thing. But it was my consciousness that had to reawaken to the fact that it's mine to do, to serve and be of service and to give. Because life works, it's a give and take type of thing. And as Reverend Cynthia used to always say, you can't outgive God. So I gave. Next day, I had applied for unemployment, not thinking that I would get it for a job where literally I probably work my wine tasting job, maybe 12 hours a month. I got it. Not only did I get it, but I got $1,000 a week. So I was able to support the center even more than I was able to prior to me quitting real estate. And that's how the universe works. Mm-hmm. Now, I had to live in that fear for a moment, right? Before I decided to demand the universe and before I started paying attention to my thoughts on what the universe was bringing me, right? It brought me that NPR commercial, and my consciousness was focused on giving and receiving. So that's how that worked in my life. You all hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. That's how it works. You can't outgive God. But I just remember feeling, there's just that trepidation. I don't know. Should I be doing this? What the hell? Yes, I should be doing it. And it always works out. It always works out. It always works out because I believe it's going to work out. This morning I want to introduce to you, you know this person, somebody that always has that prosperity consciousness, that lives in that law of circulation, that person that when I do forget, had I not remembered, I probably would have called the person to remind me of how the universe works. She, at one time, was a licensed practitioner, and her beloved Norm passed away, and now she's remarried to her beloved Carl. And Barbara is just outstanding. She's an outstanding example of being a model for how this teaching works. And so please welcome Barbara Howlett.
There she
There
is.
she is.
There she
Yeah.
is.
I was thinking this morning as I was getting dressed, do you put lipstick on anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put some on. I like it. Well, the theme of the month is stepping up into the unknown. And I was thinking, as you were singing that beautiful song this morning, and I'd never heard it before. You can't fly until you break the shell. That was a beautiful song. Thank you. I have to remember that song.
There you go. Now,
There you go. All right.
Finally.
Okay, so we have slide 1 on. Relinquish your attachment to the known, step into the unknown, and you will step into the field of all possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
That's from Deepak Chopra. When Reverend Stacy asked me to give this talk on Sunday on prosperity, I can only tell you what works for Carl and me. It's how we step up, how we step out. Reverend Karen Wiley writes this month, as we grow spiritually, we constantly move into the unknown. This perfectly fits this month's theme of stepping into the unknown. We must have the courage to let go of the control that we think keeps us safe in our perceived unsafe world. It takes such courage to let go of lifelong false beliefs. I'm going to tell you about some of mine that have been running our lives since the beginning of our earthly journey. We know, and what I know for certain, is that we live in a loving, supportive universe that is so powerful that we are powerful beyond measure. We are here to discover the true essence of our being, to live and love fearlessly, and to radiate our joy, peace, and inspiration throughout the world. Back in 1968, for those of you who weren't even born then, I was first introduced to the whole principle of tithing and prosperity by my beloved late husband, Norman. We were newlyweds. We were just starting out in life, and we had the usual expenses. Buying a house, furniture, a new baby coming, car payments. I feared those paychecks were just not going to stretch far enough. I was so afraid to step out and step out. Norman explained his belief system on tithing, and it was so strange to me. He said, give to the source of your good before you pay your bills. I'd never heard of it. Whatever our income, he said, we're going to set aside a certain percent, and that's going to be for our good. And we determine what it is. Well, before we paid any of the remaining bills, he also had us do something really strange. We had to say thank you to all the creditors who had enough faith to extend credit to us. That was the step up part. I had never thought about that, how wealthy we were, because all these people, the doctor, Southwest Medical, they all trusted us. So we would acknowledge each of these people. They didn't even know us personally. They just trusted us. They trusted the fact that we would pay them. So one by one, we did it. I was raised a Catholic, and I was taught by my father that every Sunday you put $1 in the collection basket, but only if you could manage it. I never questioned that. Of course, that was back in the 50s, 1950s. $1 at that time was worth $10. in today's money, but, you know, it was a lot of money to me, and I saw my dad putting that dollar in the basket. As a young child, I was pretty impressed. It wasn't even enough for a movie ticket, and certainly not enough for dinner out, and my life as a child was frugal and in lack. So when my father would say, we can just afford to give him something, maybe not always, we got that back in our life. But I didn't understand that principle at that time, nor did my parents. So when my beloved set this envelope on the table, and he said, okay, where are we getting our good? And of course, we were members at that time of the Harmony Street Church. Well, that was our good. And I said, well, that's a lot of money. And he said, well, let's talk about where is our good coming from? And so we had that conversation. We hadn't even seen how much money was left to pay our bills at that time. So we totaled all of our income, and he decided that percentage, and he decided 10% would be in this envelope. I had decided that I just married a madman. He was really, truly taking me into some kind of an unknown as far as I was concerned. Could I step up and step out at that time? Slide 2. Patrick Overton said, when you walk to the edge of all the lights you have, and you take that first step into darkness of the unknown, you must believe one of two things. There will either be something solid for you to stand on, or you will be taught to fly. Dr. Overton tells us that stepping into the unknown can often be just about having faith that things are going to work. In the beginning of my own spiritual journey, sometimes I felt like it was stepping off a huge cliff without ever knowing about the landing I was going to take. And I certainly didn't ever think I could fly at that point. Until I married a pilot. Okay, our slide 3, please. So I was first going to learn my first lesson in abundance from my husband. Number 1, determine all the good you're presently experiencing, bless it, and give some of it back to the source of your good. Well, we knew our source. We were willing to trust. Okay, maybe he was. Me, not for sure. But I agreed to go along. And then he taught me the second most important law of giving. And that's the open hand principle. That giving is a part of receiving. We have slide 4. I was to learn much about giving and receiving. He helped me to understand that you hold the expectation always that all that is sufficient for your needs is already there. You just have to claim it. I learned that we, all of us, you and I, are all channels for abundance. It is a two-way channel. If your hand is clenched tightly and in fear of lack, you close off your good. Our life together of 42 years led us to a healthy financial state using these principles. When I gave up a permanent position in private practice to take a much lower paid position in healthcare education, it was not long before our finances increased over what we had been making before. And we always kept up with our giving plan. Even when I took the first job that was paying less money, we didn't stop. We kept the plan going. Slide 5. Lesson number 3. Good is available and not necessarily the avenue from which you were expecting it. Always and ever be grateful. Do not limit the law. It is not always the job or the relationship, or even the loss of these things. It is deeper and more essential. You might not even see it right away. That's where the gratefulness comes in. I had to laugh when Stacy mentioned NPR. I've supported NPR, Norman and I, and we still do have supported them for, 50 years, I don't know, many years. I don't even think twice about it because that's a great thing. And I have to tell you, and I forgot about it until you mentioned it. They had a drawing one time and I won a cruise. Now, did I expect that when I was donating? Well, I was shocked. It was a beautiful. It was a 2-week cruise to the Bahamas. It was amazing. Yeah.
Let's go.
So that's just one. And again, once these things happen, then you become thankful and grateful, and you say thank you to the universe because it was just waiting for me to take them. I didn't even know I wanted to go on a cruise. I'd never even been on a cruise. I have since been on 10 of them, but maybe it's not winning the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, or maybe it's going to be something small like yesterday. Carl got a check in the mail from Discover Card. He said, well, what's this? We don't even use a Discover Card. And then we remembered he had one several years ago, I don't even remember, and apparently he built up points or something. I don't understand the card. And apparently it sat there so long they just said, okay, take the money, and they sent it back. So, we blessed it. The minute it came, we blessed it. And we said, thank you, universe. And we accept it. Slide 6. Lesson 4. We are now partnering with the divine. Whew, that's a big one. Giving is a spiritual opening of our finances. You do have to step up and step out. Jesus taught that where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Wealth is not wrong. And being wealthy does not make anyone greedy. It's what we do with our money that matters. It's what we do with our good that matters. When we give, we acknowledge that divine law is always in action. Tithing is an act of faith. We must decide that we are generous before we feel generous. When we commit to tithing, we fully experience our connection to the divine. Then the joy that comes from that connection motivates us to do it again and again. It feels good. In biblical times, Christians typically held their meetings in private homes or public spaces, and they didn't have significant operating expenses. However, modern centers, such as this one, needs money. They need to pay salaries. They need rent. If we don't pay the rent, they kind of don't want us here. They have to pay utilities. You'd be pretty unhappy if you were sitting here without heat or air conditioning. And you certainly want the bathroom to work. And there's so many other supplies and expenses. Churches need volunteers also for their ministries, and we are so blessed in this center to have. When I look around and see, I look around and I see you here, all the wonderful people who do wonderful, even small tasks, huge tasks, but it's all a part for the center. So, does this center really need a steady stream of money? Yes. They need dependable income monthly. An occasional buck in the basket, like my dad said, doesn't work. They have to know in their budget that the money is going to be coming in on a regular basis. Slide 7. Giving opens the way for receiving. Being generous always consists of simply extending an open hand. That is when the channels open and flow freely from the giver to the receiver and back again. It's hard to do when you grasp tightly onto your belief system of lack. Well, I could sign a pledge for, but what if I'm short of money? That doesn't work that way. If gets worse. If you have a lack, a belief system of lack or an assumption about that, you limit your definition of the abundance you're ever going to get. Or you end up like this. The next one, please.
Wait, Otomate, I've got an idea. Take the check out of your purse.
Oh, you're right, you're right. I should take it out, I should put it where nobody can get it.
No. Endorse it.
No, if I endorse it, then if I drop it, somebody will get it. No, I just...
It's not your money. I never said you were going to get the money. This is blood money. I was killed for this money. Now endorse the check.
I know, but... Well, Sam, what are you going to do with it?
Look over there. To your left.
I know you don't think I'm giving this $4 million to a bunch of nuns.
Otome, if you don't do it, they will track you down. Your only protection is to get rid of it.
Oh, Sam, come on. You're killing me. It's $4 million.
Just think of it this way. You'll go to heaven.
I want to go to heaven. I want to go to the bank and cash the goddamn check. Hello. Yeah.
Thank me later.
How you doing?
Now endorse it, Rita Miller.
No.
Make it out to St. Joseph Shelter.
I can't believe you're making me do this.
Give it to her.
Well, I just want to feel it one more time in my finger. That's all.
Give the lady the check.
I will.
Hand her the check. You can do it. Give her the check.
Oh,
Bless you, child. Bless you.
Look, give it to her. Let go. Let go! I'm proud of you, Otome.
You know something, Sam?
I'm proud of you, Otome.
You know something, Sam?
I love that scene. I love that movie. Oda Mae, and she had a $4 million check in her hand, but she believed in life. If she gave it up, it was gone. And that's just not how we give in our lives. And that's what not works for us. We have to, when we sign our pledge card, if you have never seen one of these, it's a Las Vegas CSL pledge card, and it just says, this represents how much money I will give every month, so they know that if you decide it's $10 or $1,000, that's what they're going to be able to budget on. So Carl and I are proud pledge signers, have believed in it since way back in Norman's day, and we keep it up all the time. We don't even think twice about it. We just know that's a part of, like making a car payment. It's for our good. Oda Mae, well, she believed that moment in her own lack. Even though she held the key, as we all do, to greater wealth within her grasp. There was a struggle. She finally let go, but that's not stepping up. That's not stepping out. And so, here, after 50 years after my first lesson, I know I don't look that much older, do I? I have the real blessing of finding a husband, my sweet Carl, who understands and practices the law of abundance. Enter my husband, Carl, my blessing. Another talk should be coming soon on finding the partner of your dreams. Carl and I know that no matter what, we have sufficient for our needs. Our life is full, not only with things, I mean, like a home or a car or a bank account. And they're all nice, we have them. But we know that we can share our good without any fear that that will be taken from us. Because if we have any fear, it does limit our good. So now, what's my lesson and Carl's lesson to you today? Find your way to give on a dependable basis. Is it a financial stretch? It won't be if you release your ideas of limitation. Can you give in other ways as you open the door? Yes. Donate your service first. Recognize that service as your good that you are donating. And donate it on a regular basis. So maybe you say, I'll be happy to come out, ask the Reverends what they need. I'll do that for the next 6 months. And I'm going to, that's my tithe. Because maybe I can't afford to, or maybe I can't think that I can afford to do something else. So claim it as your good. Keep the door wide open, just like your palm is open. Be thankful, because the small demonstrations will come your way. Discover card. Be thankful when it comes. Recognize it as part of the good you're receiving. And sometimes it'll be just a simple kindness that you didn't expect. Acknowledge that as well. Tithe on every unexpected check and open the door even wider. We've got to work on that check from Discover. That's our next thing. It just came yesterday. I had time. We have made a commitment to send our financial donations on a monthly basis so this center can budget appropriately, and whether we're here or away. And you know, we're only here 6 months a year. We go up to our beloved Idaho. That money comes in. They know they can depend that that check will be here and that they can budget for it. Even a small donation, a monthly donation of $75 to $100 can ensure the success of this teaching if they know it's coming. We all went to the annual meeting and we learned that they've got a $50,000 opportunity to grow.
Oh, there you go.
That means $50,000 is nothing, really. I mean, it's money. If 1,000 people gave $50, or 50 people gave $1,000, it'd be all over. I mean, they'd be back on the road again. So see how small that really is? It's like it's overwhelmed. Money makes us become overwhelmed. We give it the power instead of taking the power that belongs to us. So, when you sign that pledge, however, just remember that it is abundance coming from the divine, and it comes through you to the center and back. Keep your hand open and your heart grateful. Slide 10. Words. Watch carefully as you speak about your prosperity. I've had people come up to me and say, well, you're just so lucky. And I say, well, I'm blessed. It's wonderful. Instead of saying, well, it's nothing, not as good as so-and-so. No, you say, thank you. It's wonderful. And I share it graciously. So remember, words are important. Negative comments will become your thought pattern. I don't have enough money for this. I'm not sure I can afford such a. Those are negative thoughts that are in your head, and once you put them there, you have to consciously remove them. No, that's not true. That's not what I believe. Remember, we focus on holding tight like Oda May, we miss out on the whole receiving thing. So, and finally, speak only thoughts about prosperity for this center. This center should always be spoken of in a prosperous way. Yes. And so, hold a vision for the center. We learned about that a couple weeks ago about visioning as a financially healthy center. Slide 11. Well, now this is the how-to. To step up and step out. Sir Winston Churchill said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. So today, I challenge you to a prosperous life. Sign that donation pledge today and set it up that each week or month, whatever you decide, the center knows it's coming in. And when your abundance comes, and it will, that amount is automatically again sent to the center. If you feel moved after the service, you can also leave a check or cash in the basket today. 2020 was a year, supposedly, of financial loss and many losing jobs, and all the COVID issues brought belief in lack and fear to many who would accept them. Did we change our giving plan during 2020? No, in fact, we increased it. I will tell you some of the good, certainly not all. I get reminded of the NPR and the Discover Check just now. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened to us. We had an airplane to sell. Slide 12. It's a big airplane. It's an expensive airplane. And we had a hangar, and we also had a Model T in 1918 on the market. We went to the broker, and he advised us, selling this magnificent airplane in 2020, really? Not difficult, if not impossible. But we saw it as a part of the flow of good. We received and we accepted a cash offer, May 2020.
Wow.
Cash.
Nice.
And I'm reminded that we were in the foundations class, Carl and I, and we were asked to write down, some of the things that we wanted to see happen that were on that list. And then I was reminded further the other day, I was, Facebook brings up things from years ago, and it came up, I put a picture on there, and I said it's going to be sold this year.
Oh, wow. Yes.
So,
There it is.
And there it is. It's sold. So then, after this wonderful good that we were thanking the universe for, we received a call. Carla got a call from someone. And he said, hey, you got a hangar for sale? We didn't put it on the market because we decided there was too much to clean out of the hangar. And I think I told you in another talk how many stuff we get gathered in the hangar. Sometimes too much abundance is not a good thing.
Oh.
The guy said, if you'll sell us that, you tell me your asking price and I'll give you $5,000 if I can have it Monday.
Wow.
So he gave us $5,000 over our asking price, and we hadn't even advertised it. So, of course, we sold that. Slide 13. And then, our Model T, we had several people come in to look at it, and then we washed the car and get it all cleaned up because it looked so nice it was clean. Well, it was in the Abbey, and by this time the birds had done their job on it, and the guy called and he said, I want to look at your Model T, and I said, no, I was tired, we just sold the airplane and the hangar, and I had stuff trying to do, and he said, I'd like to come and look at it today. I said, Carl, I'm not washing one more time for some guy to come by as a looky-loo going, yay. See, I was kind of losing sometimes you lose it. Carl said, the guy's interested, well, I'll take him out there. So he took him out to look at this bird poop covered Model T. And he comes back in the house, he's got a check in his hand, and I said, you're kidding me. He said, you bought it, asking price, no argument, no negotiations, just. So I leave you with the plan. Accept and bless your present good. Whatever you have, bless it. Maybe you don't think it's enough, but bless it. And then open the door by sharing a portion of that to your source of your good, and then pledge to share monthly, and then accept and bless your good as it begins to show up, and it will. And do not limit your good with negative thoughts of lack or limitation. And so, slide 15, I leave you with pictures of our peaceful, beautiful Idaho home, one Carl built, by the way, and the neighbors' horses in our pasture. And there's another part of the good we receive and bless, because they have, 40 horses or whatever, and we have a 17-acre pasture that has to be mowed all the time. And they came over and said, would it be all right if we let our horses go in your pasture? I'm like, and we want to pay you for it. It's like, okay. Now, mind you, the horses come in and eat up all the grass, so it's all mowed nice. We get to watch these horses galloping through, and it's beautiful. You sit on the patio, and they're there galloping. We don't pay vet bills. We don't have to clean up the poop. We don't have to. It's like we get all the blessings. So again, another wonderful demonstration. So as I leave you, I just want to remember the words of our dear Reverend Cynthia. Those of you who remember her. She's always used to say, I just can't wait to see how this is going to work out. When you step up, when you step out. Wonderful. That was great. Oh, my darling's got more. I love her jacket. Yeah, me too. They're in high school, really. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, just sit. I'm fine. Just sit. Don't move. Yeah, I'm fine. Yes. I'm walking too fast in my seat. Okay. How do you want to do this? I can do it. Take your time. Take your time. There you go. I showed you. Being cute. Wait. Let her. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm fine. Okay. I'm fine. Watch her. You got your other leg. Yeah. Your foot's in a straight. This is my physical therapist. She's wonderful. Yes, she is. Yes. Oh. She's going to be a practitioner in a minute or so. Okay.
Barbara, you are incredible.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm saying a prayer to myself, and I know that our reverends are, and our whole spiritual team pray out. You can see all the good that has come to you, maybe except for that little thing right there, but all of the good, because you have given so much. I pray that you feel better after. This is a beautiful song written by Daniel Nahmod. And Janice Stanfield took it and made it very popular. Bring it on. Everything new. Everything different. Everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. So bring it on. Everything new. I'm through crying. I'm through waiting. I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned. So bring it on. Everything new. Everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. So bring it on, everything new. I'm through grieving, together. Thank you. Bring it on. Yes, bring it on. Thank you so much for your talk, Barbara.
Yes. Beautifully done.
Shortly after I started attending the center, I was on unemployment, and I remember my sister thought I was crazy, tithing on unemployment. So, she said, "It's unemployment." I said, "It's so?" Oh my goodness. Oh, if it's comfortable for you, please say our affirmation with us. From the love of your spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. Oh, and you know, I know that by heart because I used to write it on the back of my checks all the time. Yes. But who has a check these days? Anyway. You know, we're not, still not passing around a basket, but we do have a basket in the back of the room and envelopes. And there's just, we're all so creative. There's so many ways to give. And I just want to thank you for the blessing that is. I know that anything and everything received in love is a blessing not only to the giver but to the receiver. And I know that Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living is a blessing to me and to all that come here to listen and to celebrate the life that is going on right now. I know that those that are unable, for some reason in their minds, to not give, they put a thought of their own abundance and the abundance of Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, because it is the truth. It is who and what we are. It is how it all works. And I'm knowing and believing that each and every person here and beyond feels this truth and knows this truth. And I simply say, and so it is.
So it is.
Thank you.
I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind, yeah, and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. Joy and peace, it is mine. Precious love, it is mine. My favorite one. Perfect health, it is mine.
Thank you.
Fabulous, fabulous service. Thank you so much. I am a tither, and I concur with every word you said. No one could have said it better.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
Okay, so Coffee with the Revs continuing every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. on Zoom. Join and with the Revs and have a fun talk. Our Healing Words Book Club is reading All We Can Save, Truth, Courage, and the Solutions for the Climate Crisis. And we'll be meeting this Wednesday at 4 p.m. To have a discussion about the book. So if you need the Zoom link, be sure to just let Reverend Stacy know. And you can always text your gift to the center using the letters LVCSL to 725-502-2505 and just follow the prompts from there. And for prayer support throughout the week, you can send your prayer request to prayer@LasVegasCSL.org or text 702-524-7096. I think we have is Lauren Ballardini going to be the,
Yes.
on Zoom? I think I read that. Yeah, if you want a prayer today, right after service, Lauren Ballardini will be waiting for you. I don't have the information.
It should be on the screen.
Okay, great. It's on the screen. This coming Saturday, we are having an open house and a gift fair from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock right here. And we're going to have lots of great items for sale, gifts for anybody that you might know that's going to graduate, or Mother's Day is right around the corner. So we've got lots of wonderful gifts, and we're also going to be serving wine and food. So this is a place to be between 1 and 4 Saturday. Okay. Our Heart of Peace meditation is always on the second Wednesday of the month, which will be on the 12th, May 12th, from 6 to 7 p.m. And you're welcome to come here and join, or on Zoom, on Facebook, either way. But we'd love to have you in person if we can, because there's lots more energy that way. And then remember to look for us on Amazon Smile. Go to Smile first whenever you're going to order anything from Amazon, because we get a little percentage for that. And the bookstore is open today. Do we have a CD of today, by the way? Yes. So if anybody wants to pass on the CD of Barbara Stock and Reverend Stacy Stock today, we have them available in the bookstore. And lots of jewelry and all those fun things over there. You can get ahead of the game today if you want to get something today before May 1st. And have a happy, wonderful rest of your week.
Thank you, Kitty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
And my lady left me, cheated on me, took out on me. I had a stroke, I'm sick, my foot hurts, my shoes, I'm not really on these shoes. I got hatred, I'm lonely, I'm an alcoholic, I go to AA. I try to do the right thing, but it's hard. It's very, very, very hard on my part. Yesterday, I cried and cried and cried, cried. I started crying.
So we'll have someone pray with you
Yes,
today.
we're gonna have
okay? We're gonna have somebody come pray with you.
I want to see God in my heart today, but that's a scary feeling.
Yes, absolutely.
You got God, and then you got hell.
What's your name, sir? What's your name?
They call me Roncie.
Rossi?
I need some help.
Okay.
I need a bus pass. I don't have the money to buy the stuff I need. My clothes, toothpaste.
Rossi, that lady, lovely lady right there is going to help you. She's going to pray with you, okay?
And she don't understand me. I don't know.
She understands you. I promise you she does. I promise you. You're God in expression, just as all of us are. So she understands you.
All right. I'm going to ask our Ministry of Prayer team to please stand and surround the room. We're about to do that right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're praying for you right now, Rossi. It is.
Yes.
It is your day. All right. Reverend Stacy, if you would please close us out with
You're sure you may come up, sir, of course. Okay?
All right.
So let's just close or lower your eyes as Roncie walks up. And let's just surround him in the loving presence and essence that this place is. Knowing that Roncie's birthday
is celebrated right here and right now, that he is love and light and expression. And so as we just move into that place of knowingness of who and what we are, expressions of the divine, that one love, that one light, that one power, that which is love and peace and power and joy and abundance. It is right here, right now. I am one with it. As I am one with each and every person that can hear the sound of my voice. We are here to live a life of beauty, peace, joy, love, life, abundance. We are here to be and express the love of God. And so I just unify myself with that in this very moment. I feel that essence, I feel that presence, I feel that oneness as I walk out of these doors. I know exactly who I am, what my birthright is. Each of us is designed to be abundant. It is the truth of our beingness. And so when we walk through these doors and go out and about our way on this beautiful Sunday morning, we remember that. We remember that idea that we cannot outgive God. So as we give, we also receive. We move throughout the day with an open hand. We give love, we receive love. We give hugs, we receive hugs. We give money, we receive money. Not necessarily from the source from which we give, but from somewhere else, unexpected. That's the lovely part about all of it. And so we just walk out on this beautiful Sunday knowing that we are givers and receivers of all the love and the light that each of us is. And so with that, I just say thank you. Thank you for Ronci and his life and all the good that he brings. Thank you, thank you, thank you for it all, because it is all truly a blessing. I release, I let go, knowing that it's done. And together, let's say,
and so it is. All right, if you would please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it throughout my body.
I feel it throughout my body.
And so it is.
And so it is. Make it a great week.
Yay! Beautiful.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it. All through my city, all through my home. Flying high, no ceiling, in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet, got that hot blood in my body. When it drops, I can't take my eyes off it. It's so phenomenally. I like the way we rock it, so don't stop. Under the lights when everything goes. Nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move where you already know. So just imagine, just imagine. And then I can see with you when you dance. Feel good, you turn on when you dance, dance, dance. All those things you shouldn't do when you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody waiting to keep dancing. That sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet, got that hot blood in my body. When it drops, I can't take my eyes off it. Moving so phenomenally, still my heart the way you rock it. Don't stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move where you already know. Just imagine. And I can see with you when you dance, dance, feeling.